woman is absolutely thrilled with her turkey teeth. See, she traveled all the way to the country of Turkey to get her cosmetic veneers done, and she is absolutely so happy with them. Not only did she save a lot of money, but she's very thrilled with her result. In case you don't know me, I'm just a dentist. I own my own private practice in the United States. I will explain the entire process of what she did, what she had to go through so that you understand the process. And at the end, I will go through these bizarre comments that people are making, and there are over 5,000 of them. And do not worry, I'm not gonna go through all 5,000, I'll just pick out the most interesting ones. Okay, here we go. So here she's walking around with her temporaries, which are basically, the teeth have already been prepped and they're ready to have the final veneers done, but while those are being made at the lab, she's wearing a temporary set. This kind of gives you a good idea of what they're gonna look like, feel like, how she's gonna speak with them. And here they are taking off those temporaries one at a time. Typically patients are numb at this point, but they're taking them off without her being numb for some reason. These are what the teeth look like. They look like little stubs. People call them little stumps. And that's exactly what your teeth look like underneath those veneers and underneath those temporaries. Now with the temporaries off, the dentist is gonna glue in these permanent ones, which are made by the lab. The permanent ones are made by a dental lab and they take a long time to be made, maybe sometimes a week. So you're in your temporaries at your hotel room. You can explore the city and that kind of thing for like a week. And then you come back and then they have the veneers and they put them in. So these are the permanent veneers. They're porcelain made, they're lab made. And here the dentist just sprays a little benzocaine on there, which is kind of pre-numbing her gums, gives her the injection so that she is fully numb for this, because you want to be numb when they cement them. And the type of cement that they're using here is cured cement. This is a curing light, which basically is a UV filter. It just has purple light. That's why it looks blue or purple in there. And they're actually cementing these using a very highly specialized glue that permanently cements them in there. And sometimes this glue can bond them to the teeth. So they're very, very, very strong in there. So this is very high quality glue. The only problem with this is that it's clear. So you have to be very careful that you don't glue them all together. I've seen people do that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that veneers are actually more conservative than what she got. She's getting dental crowns. They call them veneers. They're actually crowns. So here she is at our hotel. She is so thrilled with them. She's licking her lip. She's like, look at this. I'm so happy. You can see where she came from. She went from these teeth, which are straight, maybe not as white as these, but these are not only straight like her other teeth, but they are perfectly white. So she is absolutely thrilled with her decision. So let's go through some of these comments, because this is the most interesting thing about this video, is the misperception that people have about this. There are people that love her decision, and there are people who are like, you are the world's biggest for going and doing this. So let's go through these. The most interesting comment is probably this one. If you are young, please don't get this procedure. You are ruining teeth strength and they will never recover. This is mostly not true. You are not ruining the strength of the teeth. In some cases, you're actually making them stronger. Now, I'm assuming she had really nice, healthy teeth before. You're drilling them down to stumps, putting a crown on them. It doesn't do anything to the strength, but you're not ruining your teeth either. You're just taking a risk that you could have problems down the road, staining, them coming off, them chipping. You just have a lot of maintenance work, but you are not ruining the strength of your teeth. No amount of money would get me to do this, well, as long as you were happy. This person says, I'm going to just get braces. She didn't need braces before, and just getting braces isn't gonna make your teeth whiter. So that one is not true at all. We'll not get them perfect like her veneers, so there's no truth to that one. For your own sake, get rid of the tongue ring ASAP with your new veneers. We'll definitely chip them. Yes, they will. I did notice that she had a tongue ring, so that tongue ring over time is gonna just smash us like a bowling ball in a china shop. Her beautiful veneers are slowly gonna get chipped when she's sleeping in the daytime. I give them about a year before they start to chip. You put a lot of money and effort into this, take care of those veneers and get rid of that tongue ring. She's happy with the solution, so why are you complaining about it? Yes, I'm not always in agreement with people getting all this extensive work done, because you don't know the materials, the costs, you don't know if these are sealed well. I personally, as a dentist, know all the technicalities of doing this because I do this for my own patients, and I'm very particular about the lab I use, the materials we use, and how they're seated and cemented. And just watching somebody do this, I'm assuming it's good work, but you don't really know. And I think if you look at the before and after of how she was kind of smiling, she didn't like her teeth for her whole life, and now she's just glowing. It is really nice to see somebody have their life change from dental veneers. I really agree with this, because if you are happy with your decision, then good for you. And I can pretty much guarantee you she was, at this point, happy with her decision. This person's a dental assistant, which has some great insight. Your teeth will rot and stain over time underneath the veneers and cause them to be replaced. So, number one, if you're a dental assistant, you realize these aren't veneers, these are dental crowns. And the difference is veneers are just shaving the face of the tooth and it just bonds directly there. These are crowns, they go over there. For all intents and purposes, we're gonna call them veneers. This whole thing of like veneers rotting underneath, I don't understand it. Staining, maybe. Over time, these are likely to stain, maybe one pops off or chips. Those are the risks that you have, but rotting, there is no chance of a tooth rotting. I think what they're talking about is dental decay, getting up underneath the crown. So yes, you need to maintain them, go to your dentist every 4 to 6 months. You also need to floss every single night, maybe twice a day, just in case, water pick, floss, brush, all that good stuff. Use fluoride in your toothpaste. But if you take care of them, they're not going to rot. There's multiple comments here about them rotting, and teeth don't rot, they decay, but this whole thing about rot, I don't agree with that, and I don't really understand that. I'm a dental nurse, and your caption is bang on. Don't ruin your teeth, much safer to achieve this. Basically, there's other ways to achieve this without causing damage to your teeth. Like, prepping your teeth is aggressive, but it doesn't necessarily damage them if they're done right. Depending on the procedure, you could ruin your teeth, but I'm assuming this doctor didn't do so because she came in with really straight teeth. And these people have really crooked teeth and they try to do this. Yes, their teeth are gonna hurt like heck afterwards because you can't straighten teeth with veneers. I also don't know what a dental nurse is. It must be something in the UK. I think in the United States we call them dental assistants. I think maybe in European countries they call them dental nurses. And that's probably my favorite comment. Real teeths are there for a reason. Don't do this. Anybody who says real teeths with an S probably doesn't hold a lot of weight in their opinion because there is no such word as teeths. But anyways, right, her actual teeth are gonna be so sensitive and slowly rot, causing more and more pain. Again, this whole rotting thing with the teeth, it's like decay, yes, rotting, no. We cement those veneers on, or there's crowns in this case, everything is sealed out. If the tooth is sealed 100%, meaning you have the margin of where your tooth is and the margin of where that porcelain veneer is or that crown, right like this, and there's no gaps and cement fills that in, you are not gonna get tooth rot and you're not gonna get decay. Unlikely to get decay if you keep it flossed. She brushes your teeth, and how do you keep them clean underneath the original ones? This is a great question. You just brush them and floss them the same as real teeth. Just make sure you're flossing very, very well and use fluoride in your toothpaste. It's giving that Ross look in the episode of Friends. They are quite bright, but if you're gonna get them done and you like that color and shape, it's very noticeably white, but if that's a color that you chose, that's a color you chose. It's not a big deal. I generally like to go one shade below that, but it doesn't necessarily look bad. I mean, if you're gonna do it, make them really white. I can understand what she's saying about the Friends episode because his teeth were like way too white, but I don't necessarily agree with that. They're noticeably white, but I don't think they're too white. She's also very tan, so that also makes the whiteness of the crowns much whiter than normal. If she wasn't so tan, I think they wouldn't stick out so much. Okay, that's all I got for you. I really hope this video helps kind of paint a picture of like what she did, the risks that she took when she got these done, how happy she was, and if this is something that you really want to do, hopefully this video helps before you go to Turkey and you get your turkey teeth done. Hopefully this entertained you and helped you learn a little bit about what turkey teeth are and what veneers are. And no matter what country you live in, hopefully this helps you decide what is best for you and your teeth. Maybe this is something that you just want to call your dentist the next day and you want to go get veneers because you want to look like that, because now you have more information so you can make a more knowledgeable decision and more informed decision about your own teeth. Woo! That's cool.